In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9, it reads, "What has been will be again, what has been done will be done again, and there's nothing new under the sun." In the next few minutes, I want to challenge your mind and I want to challenge what you thought you knew about the world. After years of research, I've created a theory I have called Solomon's time theory. With this theory, I have been able to predict that on Tuesday, November 5th, in the U.S. presidential election, Donald J. Trump will be elected the U.S. president for the third time. Again, on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, 45 will be the same as 47, and you can take that to the bank. I guarantee it. Mark my words. This Tuesday, Donald J. Trump will be elected president again. And how can I predict this? It's very simple. Solomon's time theory. Now, fact checkers, atheists, non-believers, the scientific community, God knows who, will try to explain Solomon's time theory as a way for humans to make sense of the world around us. But I will let you determine if that is the case. Because what has been will be again, and what has been done will be done again. And there is nothing new under the earth. We're not as unique as we thought. There are parallels, there's patterns from generations before us, whether it was your parents, whether it was your grandparents. I'm sure that if you start looking, you will realize that there are some parallels there. So let me take two famous people from our history, Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. They were both U.S. presidents. That's amazing. But the fact that they were both assassinated while in office, that is extraordinary. But if you thought that was everything, no, that's not everything. Both Lincoln and Kennedy were elected to Congress 100 years apart in the year 46. That's mind-blowing. Not only that, but they were both elected presidents in the year 60, 100 years apart. Lincoln in 1860, Kennedy in 1960. Their wives lost a child while they were in the White House for both presidents. Their running mates were born 100 years apart. Lincoln's in 1808, Kennedy's in 1908. And if you thought that was everything, let me give you some more details. Both assassins are known nowadays by their three names. Now, that is something common with serial killers or with infamous murderers. But both their names have 15 letters each. Both assassins were murdered before their trials. Now, Lincoln was shot in Ford's Theater, and Kennedy was shot while riding a Lincoln Continental four-door convertible made by Ford Motor Company. But that's not everything. They were both shot on a Friday. They were both shot while sitting down, and they were both shot in the head. Those parallels cannot just easily be explained away by the scientific community as a mere coincidence. Both were succeeded by Southerners by the last name Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808, and Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908. Last but not least, Lincoln was shot in a theater, and the assassin ran to a warehouse. Kennedy was shot from a warehouse, and the assassin ran to a theater. And what does that have to do? Well, very simple. What is happening right now in the United States presidential election already happened 132 years ago. When a former president lost his bid the second time around for the White House, and then 4 years later, the economy was in dire condition, and he decided to run a third bid and won. That was Grover Cleveland. Now, Grover Cleveland was not just him running back then. There was a third candidate. Wait a minute, didn't we have a strong third candidate? Yes, that is correct. And that third candidate, James Weaver, had an impact during that election. He even won electoral votes. Possibly, maybe it's the only third candidate that won electoral votes in American history. That I might have to research and get back to you on it. Now, we had a third presidential candidate that dropped out and endorsed Donald Trump. That was Robert Kennedy. And Robert Kennedy is sure to have a huge impact on the outcome in Tuesday. So the economy was bad. A third candidate was part of that election from the Green Party back then. And the same thing is happening now. But that's not just it. Even though Grover Cleveland was born in New Jersey, he became the governor of New York. He used to be the mayor of Buffalo and then became the governor of New York. Where's Donald Trump from? New York. Now, what happened with Grover Cleveland back in the day and how he won in 1884 is because a lot of Republicans were willing to cross party lines to support him because he challenged the status quo. Because he was an honest man that spoke directly to the people. Who does that remind you of? Who challenges the status quo right now and is from New York? Now, Grover Cleveland was a Democrat, but Donald Trump was also a Democrat. Now, Grover Cleveland upset a lot of people within his own party. Donald Trump, now a Republican, has upset a lot of people within his own party. Now, people from the other party during Grover Cleveland in 1884 were willing to cross party lines for him. Right now, in 2024, Democrats are choosing country over party, and they're crossing party lines. The likes of Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Robert Kennedy. So you can see right there some parallels. But to give you just a couple more details that are amazing, Grover Cleveland passed away in 1908, the day that Kennedy's running mate was born. Donald Trump was born in the year 1946, the year that both Kennedy and Lincoln were elected to Congress. Lincoln in 1846 and Kennedy in 1946. That's the year Donald Trump was born. And last but not least, Grover Cleveland had to choose a different running mate on his third bid. Tell me, who had to choose a different running mate on his third bid? That's right, Donald Trump, who chose J.D. Vance. Now, Grover Cleveland's running mate, one last nugget for you, was Adlai Stevenson. Did you know that both Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy had an Adlai Stevenson in their lives? So again, get ready, because you already know what's going to happen on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Donald J. Trump will become the next president of the United States. And you can mark my words. I guarantee it.